Give it a minute. And I think we are live. Hello, Real United Talk. My name is Deirdre Riggs. I'm joined here today with Martin and Pankaj. How you doing, fellas?
Yeah, good. Good, thank you.
Good.
Good. So obviously we are doing a reaction to the Champions League group stage that's just been drawn. We have been drawn with PSG, RB Leipzig, and Besiktas. Now, obviously, I'm going to go in order because you're in order. So obviously, this is being labelled already as the group of death. I just want to grab you two guys' opinions on it. So we'll obviously go with Martin first. What's your opinion on that group stage?
I think after we receive that group, I think we'll be favourites for the Europa League.
Really? And Pankaj?
I think it's good we got this group because I think the players will be up for it and they will know it's a challenge. I mean, to take it more seriously. So I don't think we are getting out soon. I think we will qualify for the next round.
You think we will qualify?
Yeah, 100% sure.
Okay.
We will.
You see, I've got to admit,
But it depends if we get the signings we want. If we don't, then it's tough. But still,
so
I
you
think
think it's dependent upon signings? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
I can see where that would go in for. Marcus, would you be able to tweet out the link for us that we're live? I forgot to do it. So obviously, I think, my opinion. Obviously, I don't speak for anybody. I think we should be able to get through that group. I think RB Leipzig aren't the team that they was. Obviously, they've lost Werner. Still think they're a pretty much strong team, but I can't see them taking 6 points off us. I think Besiktas are good enough. I think we're good enough to beat Besiktas. Sorry. I think if we can't beat them, there's something wrong. I'd say PSG is the only tricky one, really. I'd say we'll probably lose away, but I think we've got enough to beat them at home. And I think, in fact, I think we could probably win that group.
Do you?
I do. I just don't see. I see a Leipzig as a strong team, but I think even without anybody coming in, I think we're strong enough to beat Leipzig, and we're strong enough to beat. I think we're good enough to beat Leipzig home and away, and I think we're good enough to beat Besiktas home and away and get 3 points off of PSG.
I think PSG are going to get knocked out of the group stage.
You think PSG are going to go out in the group stage? What, go straight into the Europa League?
Yeah,
that's a big shout. That's a controversial one. That man, I'll give you that. I mean,
why?
Not gonna lie, we'd all love to see that. We'd all love to see Di Maria fucking go out. Go on, but what makes think that? Yeah, why?
I mean, I don't fear PSG because we have beaten them. We have knocked them in the quarterfinals. So, United know how they play, and they're not gonna. When they come to Old Trafford, I don't think so. They're gonna make the same mistake, and we know that they are a strong team. And we can't afford to concede goals against them. And I'm confident because Eric Bailly, that guy is on form right now. I mean, he needs, if he can stay fit, Eric Bailly, I think, there's always a chance because if Eric Bailly shows consistency, then I think Lindelof is not going to play. So Maguire and Eric Bailly are going to be the partnership, I think, looking forward.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you didn't like him.
Oh, you literally said last night you don't know why everyone's praising Bailly. We can't rely on him.
No, the thing with Bailly is I don't trust if he can stay fit. I think he is. I wouldn't say he's better than Maguire because Maguire has different attributes, and both of them offer different in what they do. Like they're different kind of centre backs. Maguire and Bailly, they're not the same. They're not similar. One is like a defending kind of centre back, right? And one is a calm centre back, and just make the game. He just steadies the game, steadies the ship, and of the play, of the build up play, and all. So I think that's a combination of partnership which would work. So I think Bailly played well against Brighton. I have to give back credit is due. I can't just say he wasn't good and have an agenda. So.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree. I think we're good enough to beat PSG. I mean, you say you think we're going to progress because we beat them in the past. I mean, I can completely agree with that. But at the same time, you've got to take into account that we offensively, are we as good as we was when we beat PSG? I mean, I know that might sound an odd one, but we had arguably had more offensive. What's the word I'm looking for? Options. You had Sanchez, fair enough, wasn't the best, but you had Lukaku, Rashford, Martial. I think the only thing is you swap Greenwood for Martial. So and obviously let's not forget we kind of got lucky with the lucky penalty in the last minute at PSG. So I mean, as much as it was an amazing moment, I absolutely milked myself to it. It was a little bit lucky, but Leipzig. I mean, do any of you two know a lot about Leipzig? Do you tend to watch the Bundesliga?
I don't know a lot about them, but I think they're a better side than us at the moment. Yeah, I do. I think they're very good. I've put them not far away from how good Dortmund are. And they're not far off Dortmund. And I think we're miles off how good Dortmund are.
You see, I wouldn't, because I obviously watched, I think like a lot of people, I watched a lot of the Bundesliga last season, towards the end of the season especially, when that was the only football that we could watch. And I mean, it might be a bit of a false reflection, but I think they literally are a wounded animal. Without Werner, they've got no spearhead, they've got nothing at the top, unless they've brought in somebody from the sister club. But I mean, what's Mad Marcus put here? Europa League again, my homies. See, yeah, I've seen that a lot already. People are obviously saying that it's the group of death and they think we're going to go out. I mean, you said it yourself. You think you're good. You think we're going to go straight out or straight into Europa League?
Yeah, I think judging the team's ability, like any things that happen in matches, red cards and things, take that all out of it. I think we're the third best side in this group at the moment. If we go and get more players and reinforce our squad in the next couple of days, like Panko says, with investment, I think we're good enough to finish second. We're not much better than PSG. We're a worse team than PSG.
Well, I mean, I am looking forward. I almost wanted a bigger group, if that makes any sense. And I know I'll probably raise a few eyebrows with that. I even said it the other night. I want us to play against the best. In the Champions League groups, I always want the like Real Madrid in my group. I want Barcelona in my group. I want Juventus. I want Bayern. I even said the other day I wanted Bayern. It might have been an embarrassing scoreline, but you really see where you are as a club when you go up against the best. I live for those Champions League nights. I live for those big nights when you're playing against the likes of Barcelona and stuff like that. I'd rather have that than have us play three shit teams in our group, progress. We all think things are amazing. Then the second we meet, go up against a good team, we get absolutely spanked. I mean, when we won the league and when we won the Champions League in 2008, I think we played some hard teams in that on our way to win that. I think straight out the group, we had Roma, we had Lyon, who were actually a really, really good side at the time, champions of France. We had Barcelona, then Chelsea in the final. I mean, that's a pretty fucking hard group. So this is why I always want to go against the best. Our form was so far, people would debate we're the worst side in the group. Ooh.
No, we're definitely better than the third. We're not the worst. We're the third best, in my opinion.
You see, Pankaj, I mean, obviously, I want to pull you back in because you two are literally saying completely polar opposite things. You think PSG are going to go out straight away. So how would you see it? Do you see it being United, Leipzig, PSG, and then Besiktas? Is that the way you see it?
No, I see RB Leipzig first.
Really?
United second. Third PSG. Fourth Istanbul.
Why don't you rate PSG?
Me?
Because
no, Panko.
Because look, I don't think so. They can really progress in Champions League because they're a good side, no doubt.
They were finalists last year.
I know that, but to be honest, RB Leipzig, if they beat PSG, they can beat PSG home and away. You never know because they're also a good team. United. What if we beat PSG at home? We draw against them away because we have beaten them at their ground before.
Is that the sort of thing you think will happen? Because I really don't think that'll happen.
I don't think so. I don't think so. They are miles of PSG because you can't say PSG are like Barcelona, or they're
I
like
I think
Barcelona,
they're
Bayern
better
Munich,
than
or Atletico
Barcelona.
Madrid.
I think they're better than Barcelona.
No, they're not
Okay.
better than Barcelona. I think Atletico Madrid are better than. Okay, it's debatable whether they're better than Barcelona or not, but Atletico Madrid is better.
Yeah, I agree.
Bayern Munich are better.
Yeah, definitely.
Liverpool are better.
Yeah,
Man City,
they're not.
yeah, Man City are better.
I
So
don't think so.
the PSG, they're not miles up. They're not miles away with what the squad we have. Because look at our midfield: Pogba, Van de Beek, Bruno. I'm seeing man
That's
for
the
man,
place. I
man
think
for
we've
man.
got a better midfield, but in defense and attack, I think we'll struggle.
Yeah, but man for man, it's not way off because Maguire and Bailly are not bad centre backs, are they? If you compare to our centre backs and their centre backs, if you look at it.
Well, I mean, it's an interesting point you put there. I mean, I probably disagree. I think PSG are a decent team, but I mean, I take on board what you said there, Martin. They did get to the final, but I think whoever won, as much as I do love Bayern, that sounds really odd, but I do love the way they ran. I think they are literally the model for any football team to go the right way. I think whoever won the Europa League and whoever won the Champions League, you've almost got to take it with a pinch of salt because it went from two-legged ties to pretty much straight knockout. So obviously you're going to get the obvious. I mean, didn't Lyon knock out City?
Yeah.
Over two legs, you're not telling me you think City aren't going to progress through that. And fucking arguably the same, but the opposite went the same way. Real Madrid got knocked out by City in a one-legged thing. Well, since PSG are far better than Barcelona at the minute, PSG are bottlers. They will go out in the final stages. They will win the group. They will the group champions. So
that's what I'll go along with. Yeah.
You think they'll be the champions of the group stage, and then they'll
champions, and then get quarters, semi, and then go out.
I mean, it's an interesting point. I mean, did anyone get a manage to look at some of the other groups? I think I've seen that one group was Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, Atalanta, and I can't remember the other team. I mean, like I was saying to you guys in the pre-show, I'd say that's the group of death. I wouldn't say ours is.
Liverpool, Ajax, and Atalanta. That'll be good. There'll be some really high-scoring games there.
Yeah.
That'll be really good.
Liverpool don't have a good record in Italy.
What do you mean? What, against them teams?
Because against Napoli, they kind of struggle against Napoli. They got out against Napoli, so
you did get beat there, didn't they?
Yeah,
Real Madrid have got Inter Milan. I think that'll be good.
That'll be a good match, definitely. But I expect Lukaku to go missing during that.
Juventus have got Barca, and then Chelsea.
Juventus have got Messi and Ronaldo.
Chelsea have got an easy group with Sevilla, Krasnodar, and Stade Rennes.
If Chelsea go out of this group by any chance,
that
Lampard is getting
Lampard gets sacked.
Yeah,
I still don't think it fucking would. I think he's their poster boy. There's no way in hell they're ever going to get rid of him. But going back to United, I think if United, you've got to look at it as in the pessimistic way as well, haven't you? If we aren't good enough to beat the likes of RB Leipzig, then Besiktas and PSG to an extent, we're not good enough to get through that group. Then chances are we don't. It's the simplest thing in the world. We don't deserve it. We don't deserve to even. We don't deserve to be in the competition anyway. Because I think we're good enough to beat those teams, and I think we're good enough. But the same again, if you can't beat those teams, what are you going to do against the likes of your fucking Bayerns, your Juventus, your Barcelonas towards the latter stage of the competition? Even the likes of Liverpool, as much as I fucking hate to say it, they are a bit of a fucking giant egg once again. Someone's woke them up. What's Dear put in here? What's this? Akil, dear you sexy beast. I don't know what all that's about. Can you shed some light on that, Pankaj?
About what?
Mad Marcus and his weird nicknames he has for people.
Okay. It's
So
it's the names you get, man. He's so famous, so whatever.
so Akila's put here, Man City got an easy ride in the group, only for them to go into the quarterfinals against whoever they come up against. Well, they do tend to do that quite often, don't they? I mean, I've got to admit, I don't think could ever get over seeing fucking the City ever win a fucking Champions League. Jesus Christ, I've always just got over witnessing them win a fucking Premier League on the same day. Oh, they're horrible out there. Absolutely horrible. I was in Oldham as well, where it's full of City fans. Absolutely full of them. Horrible. I was in a pub that was half and half. Whoever decided that were a fucking good idea. Pankaj, my tikka masala. And there we go again. Fucking Mad Marcus. Are you going to say hi back, Pankaj? what's your rebuttal?
Hey,
Water.
Diedrich, I just wanted to say something about RB Leipzig, right? People are saying they're going to get out instantly as the group comes in. So I don't know why people are thinking we don't have a good squad, because you look at RB Leipzig. If you match with our squad, man for man, I think most of our players are better.
Oh
Midfield
yeah,
is better.
definitely.
Forward is better.
Yeah, definitely.
If you get Sancho and Telles and a striker, if we get these three players, then but it depends.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm still 50-50, you know, that we're gonna make it through the group.
No, I
even though
completely.
without finals.
Yeah, I actually like the positivity. I actually completely agree with it. I think man for man, but we all know football isn't played man for man on paper, but man for man, we are way stronger than fucking RB Leipzig. I mean, I can say in some positions, I think we're actually stronger than PSG. Obviously, just not up fucking front. I mean, Mbappe, Di Maria, Neymar, it's absolutely ridiculous. So let's have a look here. Who we've got in the chat? We've got Mr. Is Martin at the North Pole? Yeah, why are you so wrapped up, Martin? What's all that about?
I'm cold.
And King Sung Chopra has put, but they do have a better manager. Oh, who we're talking about here? Leipzig.
Yeah, I agree.
What you think RB Leipzig have got a better manager? You think he's better manager than us? Yeah. I mean, obviously, but the age-old thing's going to go back, isn't it? All these unproven, you know, you can't. I think we'll be able to judge him at the end of the season. There should be motivation for the board to make a few transfers. You see, Kinshing, unfortunately, football isn't that simple for us. Anybody else, like you said, you've seen it, Martin's seen it, Pankaj has seen it. We've all pretty much said we think. Pankaj said it there. He thinks us going through is determined upon what we actually spend. Unfortunately, I just don't think our fucking owners see it that way. They'll see this as in, oh, well, we're in the Champions League. At least we'll get some money from it now. They won't be asked. If we weren't in the Champions League this season, that's when they'd want to spend money. Akil said, RB Leipzig is a better team. Our players are individually better, but not as a team. And they have a better manager. That's pretty much, yeah. I do.
Do you know what? I'd say a big difference with Leipzig compared to us is their transition from back to front. If you see how they get from their goalkeeper defence to forward, I would say it's much, much better than us. Much higher standard than how we do it. And I think that's a good example of the coaching. That's just me personal. I don't know how long he's been with them, though, that Nagelsmann. I don't know how long he's been in charge.
I've got to admit, I don't know a lot. I honestly don't know a lot about Leipzig and about their manager. I don't want to act like I fucking do and then look an absolute idiot. I honestly don't.
That's my view on him.
Pank Deer has said like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, obviously, if you're new and you haven't watched us before and you haven't already subscribed, please like, share, and subscribe. We do a lot more tidy and quicker. So that's what Marcus put.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's in about there. I hope he's in about football. Akira said again, we have got difficult fixtures in the league before and after Champions League games. Without strengthening the squad, we'll have to sacrifice any of the competition to have success in the other. You see, this is one thing that always frustrates me because there always comes a point, especially in the Europa League, when we're in that towards the end of the season, where we almost have to prioritise one competition over the other. Now, this must be a new thing that we've almost let slip into our minds. or the last couple of seasons, but even in 2006, 2007, and the early noughties, because I'm a 90s baby, so I remember like the good days. I can never ever remember fucking Ferguson going, well, I'm going to have to prioritize this cup over this. We honestly, under him, we had a squad big enough to deal with all these things. We had, obviously, you got to look back to the fucking 99 season. You had up top, you had Solskjaer, Andy Cole, Dwight York, Sheringham. You've always got to look at that kind of strength and depth to be like, well, why is it now when they're only in the last couple of seasons, we've almost got to prioritise one? But Liverpool did it last season. They prioritised the Premier League and the Champions League over the FA Cup and the fucking League Cup, didn't they? Yeah. Literally, I think Klopp didn't even turn up for 2 of their games. He literally sent his youth team. And I think as a football fan, we're almost. I remember when the FA Cup was a big thing. I remember winning the FA Cup in 2004 against Millwall and being absolutely buzzing. So I was like, I fucking get in. We've won a trophy. It's a trophy. Whereas now I couldn't give a shit. And I wonder whether that's just because of the power league that the Premier League and the Champions League is. I mean, where do you guys sit on that one?
I'll let you go, Pankaj, first.
I don't know, because under Sir Alex, it was we want to win everything. We won the treble as well, so it was kind of important. And if you're saying that I wouldn't want to win the treble again, you're wrong. I would obviously want us to win the treble again, make history again. But the thing is, people don't think it's possible, and they don't believe it's possible. So it sees how the fans expect now these days. That let's focus on the Premier League. The Premier League is the biggest thing, and the Champions League as well, or either one of them. If you don't have a good shot at the Premier League, it's kind of impossible, and focus on the Champions League. No one talks about we can win the FA Cup as well with the with the Premier League or Champions, or no one talks about we can win 4 of them that no one has done ever before, the quadruple. So that's what the expectations are. No high ambitions. No one wants to talk about we can win 4 of them that no other club in history in whole of Europe has done ever, winning the quadruple. So I know it's kind of impossible, but you need a big squad to do that. But in my opinion, nothing is impossible really. But it's just about the expectations, to be honest, by the fans. They kind of write us off already. It's
I think we've almost got a little bit spoiled because we're literally like, I'd rather see us progressing that one than that one. And I'm guilty of this, as I'm sure you two have. I mean, I was the one saying towards the end of last season, fuck the Europa League off because it's pointless. But we always do. I guarantee by about, depending on where we are, by about February and March, we will all be sat here going, if we're in the Europa League or Champions League, is there any point pushing for this next fucking leg? Because we're not going to win the Champions League. Or should we just focus on trying to get into the Champions League? We had it a couple of seasons ago when we were almost a lot of people said that we were out after we had to go to PSG to win away. And I think we had an important fixture coming up. It was like, I almost heard fans going, well, there's no point sending anybody to PSG away because we're not going to win that. So focus on the league. At which stage did you start going, well, why are we prioritising getting into a competition than actually winning the fucking competition that we're sat in now? We're literally in this competition now. Why are we prioritising not winning this competition now than get into it next season?
Yeah, I agree. I think we've got a squad for it as well. I think in the League Cup and the FA Cup, we should be almost favourites because our reserve squads are almost as good as anyone's, apart from possibly City. I would say our second 11 is better than Liverpool's. But
really?
I would. And possibly not Chelsea. Maybe them and City will have a better backup squad, second 11. But I think the 2 English trophies, cups, I think we should be going for them. And then if we can get a decent closure on the top 2, points-wise, I think that's a really good season. Even if we just get 1 domestic cup, I'm happy. We've got to start winning things. We can't just keep going top 4, because that's pissing me off as it is. Because Arsenal
we're almost becoming like Arsenal, aren't we? Yeah.
And it's embarrassing because what does top 4 mean to any of us? Fuck all. It means nothing. It just means that someone who's taking all the money out is getting extra by the efforts of the players.
What it pretty much means. pretty much means we're getting to the Champions League so that in fucking 6 months' time, when we're in it, we can say, well, do we really want to push for this competition or should we just prioritise getting into it again? That's what it is. I mean, Akil said, we can't defeat Farmers in Carabao Cup without bringing in the first team players. Imagine playing Dan James and Nicolo against PSG. He's got a fucking point there. And Kinshuk has put, if there's any two of the front three, top three, and then it remains who's get injured at the same time, that's when it'll be a catastrophe. See, that's what I agree with. I mean, you said you think our second 11 is very strong. I'd say it's strong to a point. I'd say defence is quite strong. Secondly, and midfield, okay. It's when you get up front, that's where the real lack of fucking depth is. Like I said,
but you bring Sancho in, either him or Greenwood can be your focal point in reserve squad. So,
I mean, I'd sort of say same again. This is where our strength and depth kind of goes to shit. We've literally got, if you count it, won't we? We've got two recognised strikers. Well, Martial and Igalo. Igalo's gone in January, so he's going to need to be replaced, no doubt. But then if both them two get injured, you've kind of thingy. I remember at one stage or another, we had, like I said the other day, in 2004, 2005, sorry, we had Rooney, Alan Smith, Van Nistelrooy, Louis Saha, and David Bellingham. Fair enough, some of them might have been a bit shit, but that's 5 strikers. And but nowadays, if that happened now, we'd all be going, why isn't he getting the game? Why isn't he getting the game?
I wouldn't be saying that. I don't get that argument or where that's come from. I've never thought like that. I've always thought we need 4. Always.
Especially if you're only playing one. I wouldn't mind a scene just go back to 4-4-2 personally. I'll always be an oldie like that. But you need if you're going to play a 4-3-3, you need about 3 strikers, and you need about three wingers on either side.
Yeah.
2 just isn't enough.
No.
I need 1.
No.
I think, you know what I think?
Go on.
Oh, go on.
I think the 4. Okay, go on.
No, go on. I'm listening.
No. What I was saying is, I think the formation. I think the 4-4-2 really suits us. You know, that formation that we played against Brighton. I think it's sort of maybe it was a diamond or a 4-4-2, which like converts into the diamond, but it's like I think really suits us. You know.
I think it does as well, and I think against lower teams, I think that we could really exploit them with that because we have got very strong midfield. I think the diamond, or even playing a flat 4 like we did with Fergie's team and having wingers, I think that would work for us as well.
I'll always take a 4-4-2 like that over a diamond. I hate the diamond. I fucking really do, because you don't have any width. Your width almost comes from your 2 strikers. So you've got 2 strikers who literally both go like outwards to create width, then you've got nothing in there.
When you have Bruno at the point of that, I think it will work because he leads a press, and then your 2 strikers close the fullbacks, i.e. if they're going to take a goal kick. Hello, mate.
Oh, he's back.
His internet's pissing around, probably. He's back.
So let's have a look. Let's go back to some. No, unfortunately. I'm going to read some more of their live comments out. So Kinshuk has said the worst thing is that we take ages for transfers to take place, and for some reason all the other clubs take maximum 1 week to complete a transfer. Yep, fucking never true word spoken. Akil, or so-called second string, is a back 5 of 5 is better. Henderson, Bailly, Williams, Maguire when he plays. Diaz put the Glazers and Ed are destroying our legacy, and Mad Marks has put Leicester prove 4-4-2 work. You just need a good work ethic and work rate. And Diaz has also put, what are your thoughts on Soyuncu from Leicester as a centre back? He's quick enough. That's the Turkish lad with the ponytail, isn't it? I think he missed out playing against us towards the last game of the season. 1 minute, it says here, guests. Oh, ignore that. I wouldn't mind him, but you've got to think if Leicester pulled their pants down for Maguire, how much are they going to charge us for his replacement? So
I don't want to be getting involved with English clubs anymore. I don't want to be ripped off anymore like we are. This is why I love the Tellers signing.
There once was a
Yeah.
time when we used to obviously be able to do that though, and
Yeah.
it just kind of changed overnight. We stopped buying from English clubs. I think the Rio Ferdinand from fucking Leeds kind of broke the fucking mold on that one. But I think you obviously you always got to pay a premium. But I think nowadays with the way things are, I think between 50 million is the new 20 million and 80 million is the new 30 million, if that makes any fucking sense. Because when I was growing up, when I was a teen, back in my day, the likes of fucking, like I said, Rio Ferdinand for 30 million, everyone was like, oh my God, Ferguson fucking lost it spending that kind of money. Nowadays, you've got fucking Neymar going PSG for 220 fucking million and shit like that. So, yeah, I just kind of think the fucking whole thing is broken. But I wouldn't mind us seeing. I honestly would not mind seeing us almost bully some of the less teams in the Premier League. But for some strange reason, you had the likes of even Grealish. When Aston Villa finished fucking 17th, not 17th, 16th, whatever, demanding 80 million, it's like, what the? This is because of the money that's now in the Premier League. We can't bully these teams anymore. But as soon as they go into the Championship, that's when you can almost bully them. I mean, even the likes of Todd Cantwell, who plays for Norwich, apparently he's being linked with a move to Leeds for 15 million. If he's still in the Premier League and United approach him, they're asking for at least 60 to 70.
Yeah.
You know what I'm right? Yeah, it's absolutely madness. What's it dear put here? Akil said, we should get back to 4-3-3, Matic at CDM, Bruno and Pogba on either side. Pogba must be playing further forward. He's wasting a deeper position. So I think what he means is it's one sitting, two front, so you've almost got like one thing. I don't know what the fuck that was. He was side position. Days put, yeah, the winning days should come back. Glory, win some cup. And he's also said, I want Martial to get ruthless and consistent now. Important season for him. I know he can do it. Well, I think he proved that he can do it. He's just, for me, I mean, I probably look at it different to you guys. Martial, for me, is very hot and cold. He can either smash two goals in out of nowhere and look unreal against a good team, and then the week after he plays a shit team and he won't do anything. That's what I find most frustrating about Martial. But I think last season he had a fantastic year. And I think if you can almost, because I'd say if you present him with a chance, his ice cold. It's just sometimes there'll be games where he doesn't even get a shot. Like especially who was it? Brighton away at the weekend. Yeah. I don't think I remember Martial even having a shot. Do you?
No, I don't.
No.
So
he's been poor, man. He's been poor the last few games.
I mean,
I wouldn't say poor, but
maybe it's fitness.
I think he hasn't been involved. As soon as we get right wingers, as soon as we strengthen the right side of the pitch, because we are so we only use 2/3 of it really, and that's a big thing. It's a big issue.
And one thing
we use that left hand side, we don't tend to use that right. Come on, Bankage.
One thing I want to talk about fans. Okay, I know Dembele is injured, but if he wasn't injured, is it debatable that he's a better player than Sancho? Or as good as him?
No.
He's a little bit less, in my opinion. I'd say he's probably what's in the Premiership. I'd say he's like Mahrez. That's what I'd compare him to. Yeah, Mahrez.
Mahrez is really good. So
I wouldn't even say.
Yeah, but he's not as good as Sancho.
I never understood why Dortmund, but I think he went. Where did he start then? I'm sure he started at Rennes.
I don't know about them, but then it was Dortmund.
Rennes or Lille, then went to Dortmund, then obviously Barcelona. He's just done it. But
quality
I wouldn't take him. But it's like I said on that stream I did earlier on. If we had a crystal ball and we could guarantee he was going to stay fit for a season, then yeah, I don't see that being bad. But the thing is, he's just been made of glass. And with our luck at the way we are at the minute, we would sign him and he'd get injured tripping up, getting off a fucking plane and be out for 6 months.
I think it's a smoke screen. I still think it's a smoke screen. I wouldn't mind him on loan, to be honest.
Well, apparently we're fighting him, like in a sense, like we're trying to convince him. And to me, that's red flag straight away. If you don't need to fucking convince anybody to come to Manchester United, you either want to come or you don't. I think it's fucking cheeky. But
I think it's not going to happen.
How the mighty are falling.
I think that is not going to happen.
No.
I hope so.
But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there because
Yeah.
I've got a life. And I want to live. No, I'm joking, but it has obviously been brilliant having you two guys on. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Obviously, this is why the first one with a couple of us and not actually one of the original few on it. So if you think we've done well, please drop us a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to check out the report card. If you are interested in coming on the show, like me and Martin and Pancads do, start dropping in your fan cams into the report card after this weekend. I think we're playing Spurs. Do a bit of a fan cam, Skype, you call in, give in your fan cam, and if you're any good, we'll get in contact with you. I came into this program just by a viewer, just by commenting to the live section. So did Martin, so did Pancard. So if we can do it, so can you. But anyway, thank you very much, guys. Keep safe. Bye bye.
See you later, lads.
Bye bye.
Yeah.